What's going on, everyone? Happy Monday morning. Although all these mornings seem the same during quarantine because I can't go to work. Just got a few podcasts. I don't shower. I don't shave. I don't do shit. So don't even judge me on my appearance right now. The thing you guys want to hear about most is two things. Well, number one, I just posted a comment on Twitter asking you guys what you want me to talk about. There were a whole bunch of stupid comments. Obviously, just like anything I post, always just really, really dumb comments. But number one was staying motivated in quarantine. I saw a bunch of those questions. And number two was stuff about either self-awareness or what people think of you, that type of thing, which, that comes up a lot. I've been thinking about putting out some type of mental product for a long time, and this quarantine's actually given me the time and effort to probably put into it. So maybe that will be coming up sooner than later. You never know. So staying motivated during the quarantine, I think what that's about is I talked to Wrestling Mindset, Gene Zanetti. He said, put a number to everything. I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was a great idea. And I noticed that even with myself, because I will admit to you guys, when all my kids are home, it is definitely harder to stay motivated than in normal times when my kids are not home and when I have a very strict schedule and I'm going boom, 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 and I'm just knocking everything out. It's way easier to stay motivated, way easier to accomplish tasks than it is now when everyone's home and there's just no schedule and it feels like there's no urgency to get anything done. So I like Gene said, put a number down, put something down, and that's what I've been doing to get stuff done. I need to get this done by this time, and that's how I accomplish them. Ensure that I accomplish something. If you're not putting anything down, I think there's a very, very low likelihood that you're going to get it accomplished. So put something down, make yourself accomplish something. Number two. The thing you guys want to hear about, self-awareness, and judging. I think this is important. I think there's a whole lot of Marty sucks. I agree. I think there's a whole lot of people who they lean one way or they lean the other way on this, and they need to be somewhere down the middle. So number one, you need to. There is a certain part that you need to stay true to yourself and what you believe and hold your values really tight. Okay. I think that's really important. There's another part of yourself who, there's the public perception, right? And what people say on Twitter. Most people on Twitter are idiots. There's kind of a sounding board there, but you should probably mostly ignore what people say on Twitter or social media. But you should, however, surround yourself with good people whose opinions you value. Okay? So if you don't have a handful of those people, you can be your sounding boards where you can call them and say, what about this idea? And it might be different things for different people, right? You might have a wrestling coach and you have an idea. You say, hey, what about this training idea? Or what about me going training here? Or what about me bringing this person in, right? Maybe MMA. You might have a business one who you really respect someone's opinion on business. And you might call them and say, hey, I have this idea that I want to run with on this business. What do you think about this? You might have someone's idea on Mental Mondays, right? Hey, this is kind of something I'm thinking about from the mental aspect. What do you think about this, right? And so, ideally, and I have a whole bunch of these people. I have a whole bunch of people who I respect their opinions, and if I have something that I'm not really sure about, I'm going to bounce it off them. I'm going to go see what they think, and I'm going to get their input. Now, does that mean I'm listening to their input 100%? No, but I value their input, and it is going to affect the way I think about something. Okay? Conspiracy theories. If I have a conspiracy theory, I have a handful of buddies that go bounce conspiracy theories off of. Crypto. If there's something I want to ask people about crypto, there's way smarter people, so I'm going to go bounce ideas off of them, right? And so I think it's really, really important to have who you are. This is a Mental Health Monday. Hello, McFly. I'm not starting them. I'm doing them. Helping you with your mental health. There's who you are and what you believe, and you should stay true to that. You should also have a handful of surrounding people who you bounce ideas off of, who you value their feedback, who you're going to trust and listen to what they're saying. So important. Okay? Again, now, so if that's like That's probably like 98% of the equation. Social media and that stuff, it should be about 2% of the equation, because there's that hive mindset, where they say a whole bunch of people. Why am I giving Darren Till a shout out? That's pretty ridiculous. I refuse. Social media should be about, I don't know, 2% of that, right? So maybe it's like 49% your own values, 49% of people who you consider to be advisors or mentors who you think are really smart and you want their input, and then about 2% what people think about you on social media. Because sometimes, rarely, but sometimes, social media, the people have decent ideas and decent feedback. Not very often, but once in a while. So, those are 2 things today. If you want to get something done, you need to put it down. Write it on paper. This is my notebook right here. Look, boom, I've been using this for like 2 years. This is, every time I want to get something, write it down. Boom, check it off, get it done. Number 2, when we're talking about self-awareness, I think a lot of it is about staying true to who you are and what your values are. And that doesn't mean your values can't change over the course of time, because mine absolutely have, right? And it's not like they're taking drastic swings from one side to the other, but they might, right? It's right here and it might go right here, okay? Then have a bunch of mentors that you valued their opinion, and then just a tiny little bit listening to what social media has to say, but not all that much, just a tiny little bit. Okay, so hope you guys have a great Monday. I'm going to have a good Monday. I'm going to get something done. And that's all I got. Peace. I'm out. Have a good day, guys.